Hey guys, welcome back to the Engineering Toolbox channel where I show you how to solve real-world engineering problems with some common and some maybe not so common tools. In the last video, I started off showing you guys how to create a user form using VBA and Excel, and in this video, I'm going to continue showing you guys how to finish that up. We're going to add the rest of the controls in there, and then hopefully we'll be able to see how it all kind of comes together and how we can use this. So let's check it out. All right. So we can see kind of where we left off in the last video here um, with our project title field that we added, or control I should say. We were able to actually make this so it would add the value that we entered into this text box control into our project table. So in this video we're going to continue adding some controls. I'll just run through a combo box example and show you how those work, and then probably call it there, and then copy and paste the rest into here off the video, so I'm not taking up too much of your guys' times, but I'll show you the basic concepts of adding a frame and a combo box. So let's do that. So first, let's drop in a frame, and it always makes those so big, but we'll shrink that down and then copy this right into there. So now these controls, the label and the text box, are actually inside the frame, so we can move that around. One of the nice things about frames. But also, just visually for the user, it logically separates the fields or the controls that we have in our user form, so they can tell what categories or types of controls or fields that they are. So for an example here, this is project info. So everything in this frame is going to be related to project info. So let's look at what else we have. We have priority and project type. So let's add those in there. I'm just going to copy this, drop two more labels in, so I paste it twice. So priority, and instead of project title, we'll go type. Slide this over. Whoops. So whenever you run into that issue, you just right click and then send backwards. You probably had those a little too close anyways, so slide that down a little bit. It's looking a little better. Okay, next let's add in the combo boxes. The combo boxes are nice because they give users a choice between selecting from a list or entering custom values, and we can actually lock it so they can only select from the list. But I usually don't do that unless I really need to. So that's where the term combo box comes from. It's a combination between a text box and a list box. So that's what those are for. So again, we'll just copy and paste that below, and then we'll rename these CMB for combo, and then we'll call it priority. There we go. CMB project type. And I don't know if I explained it very well in the last video, but the name is actually the identifier for these objects. So when we write code, that's what we'll be using to reference each of these objects. So it's really important that we name these well. And actually, since I copied this, lost its name. This is txt project. Okay. So let's just lengthen these up a little bit to make sure we have plenty of space to see what we have in there. Slide this up there. That is just so nice that you can move them all at once with a frame like that. Okay, next we need to write the code that actually populates the values that we're going to make available to the user. So if we double click on the user form, oops, get rid of that. that's from my last video, my first failed attempt at making this video. We create this initialize event for the user form. So we go to the user form object, and then we select the initialize event. So that creates a subroutine for us. And then what we want to do is write the code that is going to create the values in the combo boxes. So we're going to say with uf main dot dmb priority, and I'll explain what the with statement does in a second. We're going to say dot add item, and then quote, because this will be a text string, and then we'll say 1 high, and then copy that twice, tab that over for good formatting, 2 medium, then 3 low, and then end with to close that off. So the with statement, if you're not familiar, I'll give you my terrible explanation from what I know. The with statement is basically saying for this object, uf main dot our combo box priority, we're going to do these 3 functions. And it's really just a shortcut, so we don't have to go dot add item and then write each line out with our object each time. So it's just a shortcut. The alternative would be to go uf main dot add item. Oops. This would be the alternative. Uf main, write that out each time. So this is just a little shortcut so we can say with this object, we're going to run these 3 methods over and over. So we could even say dot font or dot. You can see that it's giving us the suggestions for that object on what properties and methods we can use from there. So I hope that kind of explains that a little bit. I'm sure it's as clear as mud, but that was my best attempt. So let's test that. So if we go to the combo box priority, we can see that we can select our values there and it'll populate that box for us. I can still go in here and enter anything I want afterwards, but it gives the users the options that we create in there. So kind of nice just from a data entry standpoint. It can make things faster, but it also error proofs the entry so that the users are limited in what they select. Let's do the same thing for project type. So we can just copy this, paste that below, and then change the combo box to project type, and then change our values. We'll say there's maybe a 5S event, doing a little housekeeping. I know my company just loves doing that. And then maybe a safety issue that needs to be addressed, and then maybe a continuous improvement or a Kaizen event or something like that. So now if we go back and run this one more time, we can see that priority is there, and then our project types are there as well. Like I said in the next video, since basically we'll just be repeating this process to get to our end product here, it's really just the same thing. So you're going to do the same thing that we just did there for all the fields in the table. Create this however you want it, and then there's a few more things I want to cover, like formatting for percentage and dollars like that, and then also selecting dates. There's some cool things we can do to make it so the users have a date selector, like a calendar, like you would see in the bottom of your screen down here or on the side here. So similar to that. So in the next video, I'll have this kind of finished up for the most part, and then we can go over that stuff. So we'll see you there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that one. To get more videos as they are released, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you liked this video, make sure to like and share. And if you didn't like it, well then leave me a comment and let me know how I can improve. Last but not least, this channel is for you. So if you have any suggestions or topics you want me to cover, be sure to let me know. We'll see you next time.